Well, a changing relationship between Israel and America as of late, and the tension between the two has been palpable between the powers. But could that, and a harder line from the White House toward Israel, be stirring up anti-Semitic sentiment? Fox News contributor Michael Goodwin is a columnist for the New York Post, and he's got some thoughts on that. Michael, unfortunately, you're having some personal experiences with this,
right? Even
though you see, you're not Jewish,
right?
But you're experiencing anti-Semitism,
right? Because I have been criticizing President Obama for his stance on Israel. I believe that what he has done is actually make it more difficult for Israel and the Palestinians to reach an agreement. I also think that he is basically not taking Iran seriously enough about a nuclear weapon and the impact that would have on Israel and all of our allies in the Mideast. And so I've written this numerous times, and the response has been really a flood of anti-Semitic letters, both emails and through the regular mail. And what is extraordinary, Megan, is that people will write these really, really awful things just full of hate and sign their full name, put their address. I mean, no shame. And when you track it, it does, every time Obama does something and I write about it, then the anti-Semitic letters increase and the hate becomes more bilious every time. So it really is a shocking phenomenon.
What is that a comment on, though? I mean, it doesn't seem like a comment on President Obama's policies so much as on the wingnuts who are out there just reacting to, policies one way or the other.
Well, I think it does relate to something Bill Clinton said over the weekend. I don't agree with Bill Clinton when he links the Oklahoma City attack with the Tea Parties, but I do believe that politicians do have to be careful how they speak because it is heard by different people in different ways. And the wingnuts are out there, and through Obama's policies, they have now felt the license to speak out and to kind of broadcast their hate under their own name.
How so? Interesting. So you believe with what Bill Clinton said when he said words matter. But what words has President Obama used that you find problematic?
Well, I think I'm not accusing President Obama of being anti-Semitic at all.
Right. You're saying what he said has stirred up.
Right. It's kind of like the idea that the dogs hear the whistle. Right. The people who are anti-Semitic are hearing his policies and saying it's a license for me now to spew my hate. And my argument is President Obama has to consider that. He has to realize how this is being heard. And I'm sure if I'm hearing it, I'm sure we're going to hear it all over the country, and I think we're going to see incidents that come out of it because people are viewing this. I
still don't understand what specifically. So President Obama, okay, so he doesn't have that
right.
As kind of policy towards Israel as President Bush had, right? So he's used some language that some people find, well, not that respectful to Israel, and obviously there was a dust-up when Netanyahu came to the United States. But what specifically is he saying? I mean, what can he say as a president that would make you feel better about the way he's espousing his views towards Israel?
Well, I would cite two things that he has done that I believe have spurred people to respond. The first is the treatment of Netanyahu. The idea that you'll sit here, I'm going to go have dinner with my family, no photo op, no questions, a real kind of put down that both Obama did and Hillary Clinton. When I criticize the president for treating him that way, not to say you can't disagree, but that there's no reason to treat an ally worse than you would treat an enemy. So that drew a lot of anti-Semitic comment about Jews, about Netanyahu, about Israel. And then the other one just has to do with what he said last week in terms of that our soldiers basically are getting killed. The suggestion of this from Petraeus, from him, and also from Biden, that our soldiers in Iraq and Iran are being put in harm's way because Israel will not make peace with the Palestinians. That, too, I think, is another example where people have seized on that to attack Israel and Jews in ways that have nothing to do with policy, but that have everything to do with hate.
What kind of letters have you gotten?
I've gotten scores of letters, some of them, wishing me death, wishing my family death, others saying that another Holocaust is coming, yippee. So there's just the range.
They sign their full names?
Absolutely.
They're not embarrassed about these sentiments?
That's part of why I wrote this column. I mean, I think anybody who writes about the Mideast will sooner or later get anti-Semitic mail. But when people write in this number and sign their full name, give you their home address or give you their email address, signing their full name, it really shows that they are quite comfortable now. They feel that this environment is one where they can kind of come out from the shadows.
I just don't know whether it's it's President Obama's words or whether this is just an element in this country that sadly exists. You know, I mean, I can tell you here, just on email, sometimes we get the most vile things, and you shudder to think that these are American citizens who would use, terms that I wouldn't dare ever repeat about President Obama back when President Bush was president, about him. You just delete this stuff, but that element is just out there, Michael. Aren't they going to be out there no matter what President Obama says?
I believe that's right, but again, the difference here, I think, is the number that I've been getting every time I write on the subject, and the fact that they will sign their name. I mean, when you look on email trails online, it's usually some kind of handle people make up, some kind of screen name that they use. These are real people signing their real name, giving their home address, so they're not hiding. They're not ashamed of these statements that they're making. I find that very unusual. I've been in the journalism business a long time. Normally, people do try to hide when they know something is wrong. These people are not hiding because they don't think it's wrong.
I hope you're printing all of those out and keeping a record, my friend.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, thanks so much for coming on and telling us your story.
Thank you.
Well, coming up, folks, on Studio B with Shepard Smith, all sorts of things are going to be happening.